Something that I'm beginning to realize now is that you need to be satisfied with where you are at in the present moment. And this is not a mindfulness like statement or something like that. It's a reflection of where you are in the process of your project. You need to be satisfied with your writing, with where you are at right now. You need to be willing to be okay with it. One of the things that keeps pushing me throughout this whole process is the fact that I never really am happy with what I write. I'm never satisfied with the things that I put down on the page. I'm always trying to improve it, always trying to get it to look a little bit better than how it's looked before. The issue is that I'm in a position now where it becomes very dangerous to maintain that mentality. It becomes very dangerous to continue the path of not being satisfied and of wanting to be better and wanting to improve more and not being happy until you do it. The reason for this is that I've been at this now for 9 years. Very consistently, admittedly, I was not doing this every single day, but consistently writing for basically 9 years. And at this point, any kind of jump in my writing prose, any kind of jump in my skill, over the course of, say, 6 months, is going to be minimal. It's going to be very, very small. We're in the position now of the diminished returns, right? Where the more time I invest, I'm going to get less back as a result of it, because I'm at a level now where there's no more newbie sort of gains. There's no more like beginners sort of gains that you get. It's very easy to go from someone who's terrible to someone who's meh, right? Like, it's to go from terrible writing to just meh writing is very, very easy in comparison to going from good writing to phenomenal writing. Good to great is much, much, much harder, and the time it takes and the returns you get on that process is much longer. And if you maintain the mentality of not being satisfied at this level, especially when you're at the point where you consider your work to be good, which is I do. I consider myself to be at the point where my work is good. You've got to be okay with what you write. You need to be okay with everything that you are putting out. Always striving to be better. Yes, you should never become complacent. But you cannot, in really any circumstance, really, be someone who's continually unhappy with your work. It's continually harping on your prose, because it's going to take you a very long time to improve. Imagine what I think of right now, like a year from now, where will my prose be? Better? Yeah, I'm quite certain of that. How much better? I may not even notice it. It may be so imperceptible to myself that I don't even notice it. That's how much the process, that's how small of the process it gets. That's how small the sort of evolution of your style can become. And so, if you are continually unhappy with your work, you're not so much being someone who's trying to push themselves with this mentality. You're being someone who is setting up a very unrealistic goal for yourself, this sort of very unrealistic idea of where you could be in a very short window. And if you can instead switch your mentality to being comfortable and to be happy with what you have, to look at your work and go, yeah, it's not where I want it to be quite yet. Yeah, I want to continue to improve. But where it's at right now is good. I'm proud of what I've put down on the page right now. If you can get to that point, the process will go much, much easier. Um, and it's an idea that I have not that I've come to very, very recently. It's been kicking around for a while. It's something that I've been fighting a lot because I never liked to be complacent. I never liked to be in a position of not sort of fighting to be better. Um, Acceptance of this is very, very against sort of my normal zeitgeist, how I normally perceive things. And it's become clear, though, that I need to maintain that I need to sort of embrace where I'm at. I need to embrace my level that I'm at and be okay with it. That if I can fully accept that at where I'm at right now in this process, um, the other stuff will come. The other stuff will still come. My writing will still get better with time. That being gritty and hating my work is not going to get me to this improved prose any faster. That it doesn't come from the mentality of I suck, I need to get better here. It's not. It's time. It comes with just simply time and time put into your work, and that time you can put into your work happens whether you are happy about it or not. Whether you're satisfied with your work or not satisfied with your prose, it doesn't matter. It's time that you're putting into it that improves it. Your mentality is simply how you approach each session. And going in with a sense of, yeah, I'm happy, I'm proud of where I'm at right now. It is such a nice feeling. It's something very recently that I've started to feel, and I've finally started to look at my work now in a much different light, in a much less critical light as well. I'm someone who's very, very critical, but I've become less critical of my work now, to a degree. I've learned to accept that there are certain things about it that are very, very good, amidst all of the critique and the small things that I could play with and change. And so if you're someone that is going through this process, understand it's a long one. It is a long one, and the longer you do it, the less noticeable your skill is going to improve. And being miserable and hating your work every day as you go through it, again, it just makes the process that much worse. It makes a hard process even worse. A process that seems almost impossible to do on, even the best of moods. It now feels multitudes worse when you hate it, when you hate what you're writing, when you hate where you're at. So embrace it. Embrace where you're at. Embrace your prose. And just let time continue to improve your work.